If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. You got to see the video. Belly is going to throw it up on all our socials. But on Breeze Airways, the guy that fought the cabin crew and fought the passengers, white guy, probably in his mid-30s, maybe early 40s, maybe buzzed, laughing. You know, that's a sign. He's had a few. And he's arguing with the flight attendant, and this big, huge black guy comes by and picks him up, like Shaquille O'Neal style, huge. Picks him up with two hands under his arms, lifts him off the ground, and puts him in the seat. I couldn't believe it. The strength you have to pick a guy up like that is outrageous. You're right. Let me see. Yeah. Wait, I got to see. Belly is showing through right now. He picks him up like a child.
That's so great.
Have you seen it, Angel?
No, I'm trying
to
to find it right now.
All right, Belly was going to put it up on social media.
So you have to follow us.
No, really? Okay.
At Conway Show.
On Instagram?
On all of them, except on TikTok, it's Tim Conway Jr. Show.
Okay. Where are we number-wise on Instagram, on the gram?
Yeah, I got a lot of asks coming my way, so hold on. We are at...
Say
hey,
something.
while she's looking that up, can I just tell everybody that
Say
Ortega
something.
Highway just reopened?
Oh, it did?
65,039.
Wow. Okay, Ortega Highway did open.
Yeah, it reopened. It was shut down because of a crash and a gravel spill. Highway Patrol said lanes are open at Gateway now, but you may have some, intermittent delays, but they have reopened it.
Do they call that the 74?
They do. Highway 74, Ortega Highway.
Okay. And that goes right into San Juan Capistrano.
Yes.
See, I know Orange County. I could move to Orange County. Buzz around there. I'd love San Juan Capistrano. You ever go down there, Angel?
All the time. I was just there, had lunch there on Sunday. It was great.
It's unbelievable. The people have it made down there. A lot of great families, great place to raise a kid. San Juan Capistrano. When the birds come home to San Juan Capistrano. Isn't that how that goes? Oh, no, that's a different song. That's where the turf meets the surf at Old Del Mar. Take a plane, take a train, but please don't take an effing car. Way too much traffic. Takes me 4 hours to get down there. Last weekend, I wanted to go to Del Mar, and I looked up on Waze. 3 hours and 42 minutes to go 111 miles. Couldn't believe it. So I passed. But I wish more people would get off the freeway so I can slide down there. But they don't. So I sit at home. What can you do? All right, golf cart craze. This is all the craze going on now with golf carts. People love them. I love them as well. I'm a big golf cart fan.
Whether heading to the office.
It's my daily transportation to and from home to work.
Or taking the kids to school.
Wave at your teachers.
More and more people are leaving their cars in the driveway and opting for a different set of wheels. Golf carts have taken over suburbia, proclaims the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, until one radical accident where you come in second, no matter what you hit, you come in second. The size of the lug nuts on the car usually, or the truck, usually dictates who comes in first. The bigger the lug nut, the easier it is to come in first place in a car wreck.
And we're not talking about fairways and putting greens.
90% of the time, I prefer to get the golf cart.
In Key Biscayne, Florida, right outside Miami, Bianca Pelli uses this all-electric ride for everything from soccer practice drop-off to grocery store runs.
How does it change your mental state of being to be picking up and dropping the kids off in this versus doing it in a car?
Gang, I wouldn't do that. If you love your kids, and I'm sure you do, I wouldn't drive them to school in a golf cart. There's way too many people texting. And again, if a guy slides into that golf cart, those kids at very least are going to be radically injured. Radically. So please put some steel around the kids. Don't put them in a golf cart and take them to school every day. Maybe you can do it in Florida, but definitely don't do this in LA.
I don't have like a rational explanation, but it just feels easier and I don't know, faster
Okay. All right. Well, maybe in Florida. Don't do this in LA.
to do it with a golf cart.
According to the Wall Street Journal, by one industry estimate from cart maker Club Car, the market for road-ready golf carts has soared since the pandemic, from $1 billion to $5 billion. At last official count around 2010, the Energy Department estimated 45,000 low-speed vehicles, including mini trucks, were on U.S. roads.
We've just seen an incredible explosion of LSVs for consumer and even for commercial use off the golf course.
But not...
Okay, I get it. It's a lot of fun to take a golf cart. And if everyone in Burbank had a golf cart, it would be my way to get to work and my way to, drive my kid to school when she was going to school. But they don't. And you cannot imagine the collision and the damage that's going to do to your family and to you when you get in a car wreck with a regular automobile. It'll blow you away.
But not everyone is thrilled.
They just kind of block off traffic, causing, more incidents.
In McKinney, Texas, Paul Ernest says he doesn't mind when adults are driving golf carts. But that's not who's always behind the wheel.
You're seeing kids drive these golf carts who, without question, are too young.
That's right.
To be driving these pretty much anywhere.
Of course.
When you see that, what goes through your mind?
Not much. That should have been his answer. That would have been great if he was just honest.
To be driving these pretty much anywhere.
Right.
Of course.
When you see that, what goes through your mind?
Not much.
Accident waiting to happen.
There you go. Nailed it.
Accident waiting to happen. It is an issue where we live. The parents are not monitoring their children driving these things.
It's not just the parents. It's not just the kids. It's a golf cart. Golf cart. Golf course. Golf cart. Not on the roads.
Even if everyone isn't following them, there are rules. In Florida, for example, you need to be 15 years old with a learner's permit to drive a golf cart on 30-mile-per-hour roads. To go slightly faster, you need to upgrade your golf cart to low-speed vehicle status. That means more safety features like seatbelts plus vehicle insurance.
Seatbelts aren't going to do a damn thing on these golf carts.
But some worry safety rules in place are not enough.
You don't see change until there's a tragedy.
And there's going to be one. There's going to be one, and you'll see it on the news.
You don't see change until there's a tragedy. And I don't want to see a tragedy in my neighborhood. I don't want to see it anywhere.
Yeah, you don't want to see it anywhere. But if this continues, if this takes off in L.A., you're going to see some radical footage on these news stations of a family doing cartwheels and completely falling apart. All right, who we got? Dean Sharp coming up.
Hey, now.
Design matters the most. We'll talk to him about designing your home. Maybe you live in Palisades, Malibu, Altadena, and you're rebuilding. You'll want to hear this. Dean's good.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Dean Sharp is on every Saturday morning here in Los Angeles and in San Diego from 6 to 8 a.m., then on Sunday from 9 a.m. until noon. Dean Sharp, welcome to the program. How you, bub?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing excellent. Hey, I know you want to talk about design today. I think it's perfect timing. There are a lot of people who are going through this stage in Pacific Palisades, Malibu, and Altadena.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're in the thick of it right now. Thick of it.
And what are some of the mistakes that people make? They design, they settle, or is it too hasty? What's one of the big mistakes?
Well, just across the board, whether you're talking about those ravaged areas that are trying to rebuild right now, or just your average homeowner, who is getting into their remodel project. Number one mistake is not taking design seriously enough, jumping ahead, just jumping over it, generally speaking, and not actually holding on to it as a separate category in the first phase of their project. And I'll tell you what I mean. Middle class, mainstream homeowners have just not been culturally trained to do this, right? We think of design and designers that's a superfluous thing that rich people pay for, but not regular people. But unfortunately, that is not the case. So, but this is what we've learned. My estate clients, when they want to do something to their house, it's like, oh, we're going to add a 12th wing onto our house, whatever it is that they're doing.
Right.
They pick up the phone and they call me. They call the architect. They call the decorator, the interior designer, whoever. They call the creative and the storyteller first, and then we hammer it all out and get it worked out. And then we call in the contractors to execute that design. But the average homeowner has been taught via media and all sorts of other things. Let's say you're going to do a kitchen remodel. You're like, oh, I'm going to remodel my kitchen. We better call a kitchen contractor. First call to the contractor.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? And I'm not saying that there aren't some contractors out there that are good design. I mean, I'm a builder and I'm a damn good designer. But the point is, to get that contractor's license, design has nothing to do with it. So if you are using a contractor as a designer, you better be really, really sure that they really understand design and know what they're talking about. Because no matter how much money you spend and how great the materials are or how great your contractor is, the excellent workmanship, you skip over the design and all you end up with is a really well-built, really expensive, badly designed thing, and it just doesn't work.
And it shows sometimes in very obvious ways. When we were looking for a house 6, 7, 8 years ago, we looked at this house in Burbank, and we noticed that if you're using the laundry facility, which is right off the kitchen, and you open the doors for the laundry facility, you can't use the door to the backyard because it blocks it off. That simple design error right there had us thinking, what else in this house is poorly designed?
Yeah, exactly. Tina and I were just working on an issue in a tight kitchen this afternoon, and we ended up putting a very unique spin on where the dishwasher goes, because this kitchen doesn't have room for that dishwasher door to be open and still functional at the same time.
Ooh.
And you got to think about those things. You got to.
So where did you put the dishwasher? In the living room?
Yeah. We just put it. We put a sofa cushion on it, and we're like, this is going to be comfortable.
That's great.
Guys.
Can you stay
really
with us?
Comfortable. Sure.
Okay. All right. Dean Sharp is with us. We'll come back and talk design. A lot of people going through this phase in the burn scar area. So if that's you got to listen to this. It could be
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
life-changing.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
Dean, the designing of the house is very important, and not just for wealthy people, but for average people. What does it cost to have, let's say somebody hired you or a designer like you to design a 1,500 square foot home that they're building? Just approximately.
You know what? Depending on where, how it's oriented, you could figure about these days about 3% of cost of construction.
Oh, okay, that's great. I mean, if you're, because to build $1 million house only costs about $300,000 or $400,000, isn't that right?
Yeah.
I mean, because the land is probably the majority of the cost here in LA.
Exactly. And the thing is this. We're not trying to promote the idea. I don't try to promote the idea on my show that somehow, designers are cheap and you'll not even notice. You're not even going to notice the check that you write. But here is the thing. It is so critical for the design because the design focuses the rest of the money you're spending in the right direction so that you get the most out of everything else you are spending.
And it could save you a lot of money.
And that's the value of it. That's the value along the way, is that we're going to end up, because here's the thing. When the design is right, and I do not exaggerate when I say this. I tell my clients this all the time. Listen, we're going to get this right. We're going to get this design right. And it's going to be 90% of the awe factor, the wow factor of this house is the design. And once we've got it right, once everything is flowing the right way and in the right place, then you can make all sorts of decisions about your materials. You can do this out of plastic or paper or platinum. The fact of the matter is it's not going to change very much the wow factor of the house when the design is kicking.
Does anybody ever fight you? Like you say, no, you can't do this. This door is not going to open. It's going to interfere with you. And they'd say, well, we want to do it anyway. Do they fight you on stuff?
Yeah.
That's got to be
I
infuriating.
mean, I wouldn't say fight because my clients trust me. But yeah,
Right.
we get pushback all the time. And that's a healthy thing. That's
Right.
the thing, is I want to collaborate with homeowners. That's what you're looking for in a design. And by the way, if you're looking to hire a designer and they don't have passion to push back at you and your bad ideas,
right?
Then then
why
the
hire
tail
them?
is wagging the dog and you've hired the wrong person. But in the end, okay, I'm not doing a Picasso here, so I'm not like, well, I can't work with these people. In the end, I'm going to give you some pushback. I'm going to let you know exactly how I feel about it and why. But in the end, you're the boss. You're cutting the check. And so if you want me to do this way, as long as it's not a code violation, if you want me to do this way, I'm like, all right, you know what? You're writing the check. I'm going to do this way. But you're going to hear about it along the way for me, for sure.
That's great, man. I think design is not only is it great for the home, but it gives you peace of mind when you see construction going up, knowing that a professional has looked at it and taken out all the mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, this is home, This is home.
For next maybe 40 years or longer.
Exactly. And here's one of my favorite quotes of all time. And it's so true. Science, studies, they've all proven this out. But a complete non-architect, by the way, Winston Churchill said this. One of my favorite architectural quotes. He says, you know what? We shape our buildings and thereafter they shape us. And that's the truth. I design the way the path you're going to take when you get up in the middle of the night to go get a drink of water, right? And get back into bed. I design what you see when you walk down the hall and turn into the kitchen for breakfast in the morning, or when you first come back in the front door at the end of a long day. All of these things affect you in one way or another, either by what's not there, what's in your way, or what is basically saying, hey, Tim, welcome home, man.
Yeah.
And it has an effect on us every single day.
That's a great quote. My favorite quote is, there's no place like home.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And
It's
another
literally.
yeah, there is. And another one I love is, home is not a place, but a feeling. Somebody said that to me a long time ago, and that really stuck with me.
I think that's true, too. I think, what I like to say, in fact, we'll be talking about this on Sunday. My first point, I'm given 10 reasons, by the way, why design matters most. And my number one point is because home is the most sacred place on earth.
Yes, that's true. Never even thought about
It is
that.
that
True.
place that that is set aside for you. It is your place. And man, if we can't make it your place, 100% you, then we're missing the mark.
Yeah, that is great, buddy. All right, Saturday, 6 to 8 a.m. in San Diego, in Los Angeles, KFI in LA, Kogo in San Diego, and then right back on Sunday. Are you on in San Diego 9 to noon on Sunday as well?
Yeah, actually, we're not in San Diego on Saturday morning, but we are on Sunday mornings, the big show from 9 to noon.
Excellent. All right, I'll be listening. Thank you, Bub.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, there goes Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, the home show, every Saturday and Sunday morning right here on KFI. Hey, I'd like to thank a guy who I run into all the time at Lowe's. He's one of the managers over there in Burbank Lowe's. His name is Oscar. Great guy. And he's got a great story that he'll have to tell one day on the air about how he lives, nearby his mom, his uncles, like the whole street is owned. Somebody in the family owns a home, and the whole family has been like living there for a generation or two. And I thought that's really cool. That'd be my dream, to live on a street where you have every family member has their own home right on that street. That would be great. I don't know how often people have that fortune to live on a street like that, but this guy does. Oscar, who is one of the managers over at Lowe's in Burbank, and he's just donated, I saw this, $100 to Foosh.
Wow.
To get back on his feet, which is great. So, Oscar, thanks, man. I think he's playing golf right now. Deserves it. Works his ass over there at Lowe's. But I go to Lowe's or Home Depot all the time, man. I enjoy those stores. Those are two of my favorite stores.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
We all saw the big police chase, I think it was 2 nights ago, with the milk truck. You know, the guy's carjacking, whatever you call it. Car, and then a truck, and then another truck, and then a milk truck. And they all got away from the cops. They end up getting away. A wild police chase. Oh, it was Sunday. Was it Sunday? I think it was. Yeah, Sunday night. Wow. Authorities had these 2 suspects. They carjacked a truck in Lancaster, opened fire with a gun on its owner. And then the police chased them all the way down to the city of L.A. In the hours that followed, they stole 2 more vehicles before ending up in a Chevrolet Silverado. Hey, if you're going to steal a car, you might as well steal a nice one. Under a freeway overpass in Boyle Heights, shielded from the police and the TV helicopters. Then things got really strange. The 2 suspects appear to have escaped in another car with the help of accomplices, according to law enforcement. And 3 days later, they're still at large. It's obvious that they were well-versed in the region. And that's a quote from a highway patrol, a former highway patrol section chief who has decades of experience. L.A. has long been obsessed with police chases ever since Conway and Steckler used to promote them on their show on KLSX. Wow, how about that? A shout out to maybe we started that. I don't think anybody really followed police chases before we did. I think we did start that. So that's an attaboy for us. But let me take that back. I think it all started with O.J. Simpson in 1994. I think that's when we really started to become obsessed with police chases. But on radio, I don't think anyone did it before we did with Steckler and myself, Conway and Steckler show. But the 2 guys that really knock a chase out are Petros and Money. Man, oh man. The references, Petros' experience with Los Angeles, those guys are tough to beat. But anyway, so those 2 guys are still, 2 or 3 guys are still buzzing around. But in my experience, guys that are playing that fast and loose with carjacking and the cops, they'll be back. They'll be back. Something will happen where they run out of dough and they need some more adrenaline. And I think they'll be back in the game. Back in the game. All right. Tomorrow's going to be a huge, huge show. Huge show. So you got to stay tuned tomorrow. I mean, stay on KFI all the way till tomorrow. But if you can't, be back at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Steph Fouche's parents are coming in. The 2 of the 5 people that saved his life are coming in. KTLA's coming in. It's going to be an unbelievable day. I think I might actually come in early for that. You know, get to school early. All right, the homeless encampments, neighbors and homeless encampments keep coming back after they clean them up. What's going on with these things?
This is the area of Sunset Boulevard and Wilton Place, and there are no encampments here right now. They were cleared yesterday, but residents fear they may come back, and they're hoping for a long-term solution.
They always come back.
We've contacted our councilman countless times.
Keith Johnson says he's been frustrated with the city for years now.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
He shared with us these pictures of homeless encampments blocking the sidewalk near Sunset Boulevard and Wilton Place, of children having to get around them in order to get to one of the 3 schools nearby,
What the hell?
and why he believes yesterday's cleanup won't have a long-term impact.
It's just a continuing problem where it gets cleared.
That's right.
Comes back.
That's right.
Sometimes gets bigger. Our mayor says the numbers are down.
They're
yet,
not.
You know, it's still here and affecting our community and our businesses.
The Aguilar family told us as volunteers at a church on Wilton Place, they've frequently encountered problems with the homeless that live just steps from the church.
They break windows, they
light fires.
they urinate, They do anything they want here.
That's right. And there's going to be a new encampment that they are trying to push through City Hall right across from Birmingham High School, right there on Victory and Balboa. So they're going to be met with a lot of resistance out there. There's a lot of great families out there, and all those people who live out there are gun owners. So we're looking at a potential catastrophe when they try to shove a homeless encampment on an area where people have had it. So that's going to be a major story if that comes together. All right, Mo Kelly is coming up next, but don't forget, tomorrow at 4 p.m., Steph Ush's parents, two of the people that saved his life, are coming in. KTLA, it's going to be an unbelievable 3 hours, 4 to 7 tomorrow, right here on KFI. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.